Welcome back to another episode of Model Talk. I'm Teddy J.
I'm your girl, CJ Jazz.
I'm Big Neil.
And I'm Yazzie, aka your girl Yazzie.
And today we have a very special guest, Miami's own Jayla Anderson.
Hey, y'all. Hey, girl.
Jayla Anderson in the building.
What's up?
What's going on?
What's up?
How you doing today, Jayla?
Tired.
I'm crying.
It's early.
I'm tired, but I got a drink, so.
She said her middle name Margarita, so we over here feeling real
love
good.
margaritas. I can't drink a lot, but I can drink a margarita.
All day. And we have another artist here today as well. But we have...
Oh, I'm Aaliyah Nicole. Yes, in the flesh.
Yes.
And we also have...
Dominican 85. Hey
Dominican
guys,
85. All right. Model from Miami.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
We could tell, girl.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yes.
So,
That's how I drink.
for everyone who doesn't know you here in Miami, everybody who's watching, just give us a brief intro. Let them know who you are and what is it that you do.
Well, my name is Jayla Anderson, and I'm from Miami. And let me see what I do. Because it depends where you met me at. Everybody met me with a little something different, but I started with music.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to be a rapper. I just put the song out, blew up. I had the whole club thing going. Then the song blew up, and then I was doing skits. I wasn't really trying to do skits, but I don't know. I just be being me, and this stuff just be happening. Can I curse or no curse?
Yeah, go ahead. Be
Okay,
you.
so I'm just making sure.
Yeah, dope.
Sometimes I be making curse words by accident.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop. But yeah, then I started getting into skits, and then acting came along, I guess, to social media, because prior to that, I've been doing all kind of stuff, but now it's just, I guess, the platform. I don't know, it's following me. But yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Acting, music. I don't really try to do comedy. That I'm just naturally like that. Like, I just be saying shit and people be laughing, and I guess it shows on camera, so people consider it comedy too. So acting, music, comedy, entrepreneurship for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us about your new single that you just dropped, Next Chapter. How's that single doing, and what was the inspiration for it?
You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
I experienced burnout right after I dropped that.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I went to your release party. It was lit. You was overjoyed.
You was there?
Yeah, I was there.
Girl, we had a time.
Yes.
Girl, you was there.
Yes.
too.
And with the TV
You
on
proud
it.
of me?
No, you was in your own vibe with your people
Girl,
and stuff. So, I was a watcher.
Listen, I never cried. I cried that day, and I think I was just like exhausted. And I think I had from then to now, this is like my first day I feel back like myself.
Really?
My birthday was 2 weeks ago. I had to take a vacation. I just spent a lot of time like in the house. And like when I dropped Next Chapter, I guess God said, hold on, because what I'm about to do for you, you're going to need a lot more energy. And it literally hit. Like, I've never experienced that in the 4 years. I've been just going. And I think I finally got to a point, and it was like exhaustion, change. I feel myself progressing into like a new woman, things that I've asked for. And so with that single, which is still good, I put the single out. That was just really a private premiere for the people that I did invited that did want to come. So it was it just so happened to be a pause. So I know what's coming next is really going to be bigger. And I can't wait by December. It's so many things coming out.
So we gonna move right on to the Model Talk news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so YNG Cheese, the son of Barstool Sports, $1 million worth of game host, rapper Gilly the Kid, died in a Thursday night shooting in Philadelphia.
Oh, no.
Devin Spady, 25, was killed Thursday during a triple shooting in the 5800 block Masher Street area. A spokesperson for the Philadelphia Police Department confirmed to People. The investigation remains active and ongoing with the homicide unit. The statement continued. Gilly's co-host Wallow confirmed the news of YNG Cheese's death on Instagram, sharing a handful of photos of the late musician, including one of him holding his 2-year-old son. Lil' cuz, usually when I talk to you, I got a lot to tell you. Tonight, the pain in my heart and tears spoke to you. I love you beyond life, Cheese. I got your father. Rest well, Wallow wrote alongside several broken heart emojis.
Damn.
From Model Talk, our condolences goes out to Wallow, Gilly, and their family.
Yes.
Yeah. I just feel like black people, we gotta do better with the violence.
Yeah.
And it's always, it's our celebrities, people that musicians, artists, actors. Like, we're the only race that's really killing each other.
Yeah, killing each
like
other.
killing our important celebrities and stuff like that. I mean, YNG Cheese, his dad already made it. I mean,
If you don't mind me asking, who is YNG Cheese?
that's Gilly the
Gilly's
kid's
I don't
son.
be
The
knowing.
son.
See, this me. I'm so old
Yeah.
school, y'all. I don't be knowing. You got to break it down to me.
And Gilly the kid
So,
already.
were they
he's
like
very
rappers
popular.
and stuff? What
Yeah.
song did he sing? I mean, rap.
I don't know
the
what
song.
song he sung,
Okay.
But he a Philadelphia rapper.
I think when people decide to change their lives, even if you're still talking about it, it's good to grow. And your the company you keep, the environments you choose to be in, even though like I lived that life a little bit, like when doing music and stuff, and I find myself like even now that I'm older and I look back and I was like, what was that influenced by? The environment. And I think that has a lot to do with it. And a lot of people sometimes are not wise enough, or I won't even say they're wise enough. It's just you're a product of your environment. And it's not even always your fault. But when you start getting into those light, it's good to connect with people who's further along from you versus, not saying leave your day ones, but it's time to start connecting more so that you can pull away. Because like when you get in that light, you're an automatic target. So like
Yeah.
being that you're a target now, it's like, okay, what? I know this is who I am and this is how I've been made, but now I gotta move differently. And I think with a lot of rappers and stuff, that's just who they are. So it's like,
They used to moving how they move.
yeah, I got money now. I'm not. You really can't tell me nothing. So it's just like it's one of those things where I think something that can help is just growth within the artist and understanding who they are now. I seen Lil Baby said that one time. That was like the hardest thing he had to do was like,
Separate.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
hard. It was like
Realize
he was depressed, all that, and
different.
who I am. So it got a lot to do with it. And a lot of guys like they're a target regardless,
Fact.
but
Black men.
yeah, they're a target regardless, and that's the sad part. But for some of those who do get killed for just, you know what I'm trying to say,
Nonsense.
like not like CIP, what's his name, PNB Rock, like something like that. That's different.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
like Nipsey Hussle, that's different. But a lot of these rappers, they still living their life like when they're in the streets. So it's like you got to know when to
It's,
elevate.
it's hard to detach from that. It's a lifestyle for some people, you know?
That
It's what they know.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
what
and
know.
you
It's
can't
like-
you can't
Yeah.
fault them. Like that's all they know, you know. But everybody don't have the mindset to
Right.
grow.
true. There's gonna reach a point where you need to like stop and evaluate your circle. And if you think that a certain individual is gonna be at the same place they are 5 years from now,
You gotta
then
leave.
you gotta
leave
make
them
that
alone,
decision.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
you gotta make that
especially it's
decision.
just energy too. And I know birds of a feather flock together. That's a saying people listen to forever. And sometimes you don't want to listen to it, but at the end of the day, it's true. You know, if you're around a certain kind of group, people, certain kind of group, you're gonna maintain the same habits that they do. Even
Yeah.
if you come into that relationship completely different and the exact opposite,
Yeah.
with time you're gonna you eventually
You're gonna
pick up
assimilate.
those traits.
Yeah,
you
you're gonna
know, you're
assimilate.
going to. It's just a matter of time. So if you're around negative energy, people that are not elevating themselves, you know, it's that crab bucket mentality.
Yeah.
So if you going up, jealousy exists. I'm so sorry to say, but not everyone has your best interest at heart. And if you don't have
Facts.
your best interest at heart, it's a dog eat dog world. Like there's a lot of good, but there's also bad. And you have to be mindful of
You
things.
gotta know it's a time and a place. 'Cause
Yes.
it's a lot-
Exactly.
See, people get this part messed up. They feel like, oh, I'm elevated, I gotta cut them off. No, you don't. You can call them on the phone. Hey, what's up?
Yes.
But I'm just moving different. And people who really love you gonna respect that.
And
You
you
know,
can't be everywhere that they
now
are.
you get a real bad weird vibe, then you cut it off. But like sometimes your dogs gonna still be your dogs. They gonna
That's
you gonna
my
pull
dog.
up on them. They gonna hurt
Real
you about
ones.
they same fight they did. You love them for who they are, you know. But
Yeah.
when you elevate, you grow. It's like, all right, I see y'all later, but you still could come back home.
Yeah.
Chill with them accordingly, you know, like maybe at a family cookout. But you know, certain things people get that part mixed up too.
I just feel like sometimes when you're not exposed to what's outside of your environment, you don't know. So a lot of people, they just stay within those four walls. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like some people, they just stay right within their city limits, right within their neighborhoods, you know, in their hoods. And they don't go outside of that. They don't know nothing about Colombia. They don't know nothing about
they see it is on
outside
Instagram.
or anything
Yeah,
else. Right. And then for them, that's rep. Like, you know what I mean? Like you soft if you do those things. So growing up in those type of neighborhoods, if you're not living this lifestyle, you ain't it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, they don't know that there's more than that.
And also kind of circling back on the internet thing, going on to more trending topics with pop culture. Keke
Yes.
Palmer's boyfriend was going
Lord
viral on
Jesus.
social media
Yes, he was.
for talking about what she wore at an Usher concert.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to pull up the exact quotes that were on his Twitter that made him deactivate said Twitter.
we deactivated.
Oh yes, girl.
Oh
he did.
wow, I was out.
They was coming for him.
So
Rightfully
after
so.
the clip was going viral, he went and he shared, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want his wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is." I'm gonna pause that right there. There's no ring on that finger. He cannot call her a wife. Let's get that straight. If you're gonna have that title, let's have the documents to prove it, first of all. Second of all, this is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to which I believe I rest my case. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about standards and morals, shall we? If you have a certain standard for yourself, you don't go after people who don't meet said standards. We all know Keke Palmer. We've known her since she was a little girl.
Yeah.
Fact. She's beloved and has been beloved her whole life. We all know how she is. She funny. She like to show off some skin. She a baddie. How you gonna get mad when you get with her and you mad that she's a baddie?
Yeah, and he was posting her anyways like that before.
Right.
It's like he was showing off her
Right
body.
after, baby, she was living free in her
Yeah.
panties and bra, and I loved it
I
because she
don't,
was
I
just
don't
being
think
free.
it was the clothes.
And people was talking about that for sure. People was
It was
talking about that.
Usher.
It
It
was
wasn't the clothes.
Usher and it was the whole, entertaining part of it. But
She's a
we going
celebrity.
off what exactly, but we going off of what he's saying. He's talking about what she wearing and things like that.
It
The whole
wasn't
"you a
that.
mom"
He
comment.
was triggered.
That wasn't it.
Real
Yeah.
triggered.
My thing is, you could be triggered, but talk to me at home.
So I think he was triggered by the.
He was in boxes.
I think he was triggered by the fact that she was flattered. Like you can tell, and I'm not
She
gonna
was-
lie.
yeah,
in
the
the
way she was
video,
flattered with
she
Usher.
was blushing.
Yeah,
So
that's what he
imagine
was triggered
being
by.
somebody's,
home.
man, somebody baby daddy, and you're watching your woman just.
Yeah, but he gotta understand she's a
No, trust me. But we're human. Men got feelings, so he kind of
Address me at
She
home.
said that man gave her life.
That's the bottom line. Address me at home.
Yeah, public humiliation is a no.
I feel like for one, she just had a baby. So I'm not a mom yet, but she just had a baby. Who knows what she was going through?
That's true.
Like, because I hear a lot of moms speak about trying, like, that first couple of months she just had a baby, so who knows what personally she's going through. Second of all, she's Keke Palmer. She reminds me a lot of myself. Like, she's free. She don't care. She just having a good time. That girl been living her life like that forever. You knew who you was dealing with when you go with it. Second of all, even when you become a celebrity, you still, like, you looked up to these people for a long time. So, oh my gosh, Usher singing to me. Come on now. That's just like, well, I ain't insecure, so I don't know. But it's just like, guys, you got to know who you dealing with.
Exactly.
And if a real man, he wouldn't even
Nah,
put
don't
that
do
on.
the real man thing. Don't do that.
No, I would say a real man, he wouldn't have put that on the internet.
You don't blast your
Yeah, you don't do
significant
that.
other.
yeah.
Because that reflects
I agree.
you.
No, that's
I
facts.
agree with that. I agree with that.
No,
I
that's
ain't
what I'm saying.
Nah, I ain't know that's where you was going with.
Yeah, a real man not finna put
Wait
his
till she
business.
come home and you guys
Yeah,
discuss
yeah.
it privately.
Think about it, now you got the world in your business.
Nah,
Now,
I agree with
and
that.
when you're dealing with a celebrity,
Yeah, because we wasn't
that's
talking
what's gonna
about.
make it worse. Not everybody in y'all business.
That's true. I agree with that.
You could have dealt with that at home. Now it wouldn't even
Yeah.
they probably could have. Who knows what's going on now? But
Yeah.
they could have fixed that
Exactly.
right then and
They
there.
dug up everything on that man. He is no longer on Twitter.
Yes.
He is silent. You did
And
that
when
to
you
yourself.
look good, you look good. Like, come on now. Like,
And
if
I
you
honestly
don't-
think her
if you
outfit
wanna
was
date
not
a nun, go
offending.
get a nun.
The outfit wasn't a problem.
It's like you know
It was
how she
tasteful.
was, you know
It
how
was
she
tasteful.
And since that baby, sis been having a new glow. She looking grown womanish. I don't know. Personally, me, I
Listen.
love classy with a little sexy. So
Thank you.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you, show them cheeks, sis.
Y'all women, so
But
y'all
I
gonna
say
see
they
it
the men
different.
who is okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
no, that ain't
being a
true.
woman.
Because men be cool. Then when they start falling in love,
He
and
was
then
probably cool until he seen the way she was looking at Usher with that outfit on.
Facts.
It wasn't about the outfit.
The outfit wasn't a
don't matter.
problem
You
because
can
she's
say,
been
but-
dressing like that.
That's
like you
what
guys.
I'm saying. Whether it doesn't matter how he feels. Keke will never accept what he's saying with grace because he did it in public. So
Yes,
there's a
I
level
think-
of
'cause you
embarrassment.
tried to embarrass
I have
me.
to stand up for myself as a woman.
Now she rapping,
so there's
selling out.
other that.
But
like,
she was
if you
in
just
public,
came,
though.
baby, I
She
really
was
didn't
in
like
public.
how you
But
looked that
address that
night.
at
She would have
home.
been able to
They
accept
been
that,
in
no
public.
problem.
they relationship been in the public eye. Address that at home.
She publicly embarrassed him though. Let's be real.
It at
Because
home.
he did it to her.
No, I'm saying her doing what she doing publicly embarrassed him.
He could have been
Not
He was in his
really.
feelings.
Not if he didn't say anything.
Nah,
in
he
a
was
case
in his
like
feelings.
that, my man would have checked me on. I'm like, oh, I
Listen,
messed up.
he didn't have to say nothing on on social media.
Yeah.
But all his friends and all the people who know him saw it, so they would have been riding him at home
But
anyway.
who's she going home to?
No, I agree partially with what y'all saying, but speaking from the other side, the man.
So you would have posted that on Twitter?
I wouldn't have posted it on Twitter, but I'm
Okay.
saying she was in public, embarrassing him in public. He should have never.
But nobody
No,
would have
it was a stretch.
known that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We
But I
agree
want
with
y'all
it.
to-
That situation could have been. He could have stood Cal home and be like, "Don't play with me." You know how they go.
No,
oh.
but I hear y'all.
She would have been
I
like,
hear y'all
"Dang, my bad, bad."
partially condoning it, but because of what he did. Nah, he messed up, but she messed up too. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
two
The wrongs don't make it right.
So how did you guys want her to react? Was she supposed to just sit there with a straight face, not even move her body? Like, what did y'all want? Like, what would have been the appropriate response from her in regards to how Usher sang to
She
her?
could have just batted her eyes and played coy with it. You know what I'm saying? She could play
But
shot.
it's not like she bent it over on him.
She ain't had to be going overboard saying, "Oh, this man give me life" and all. Come on, man. You got a man that
I
gave
mean, she
you
was
life.
inspired.
This man literally gave you a life.
You're right, because when you're in a relationship, you do have to consider the other person.
A way to, she could have did something differently. There was a model, and I can't remember her exact name, but she's a very famous model. When she went to the Usher concert and Usher tried to serenade her the same way he do any other famous female in the audience, she got up and sat in her man's lap. And
And that's
Usher
what
knew-
you supposed
Usher
to
knew to
do.
back
Winnie
up off
Harlow.
because that was about to be a moment to serenade her.
Right.
And that went viral as well. So it's all depending on how you and your relationship is and what your foundation was based off of. But we could talk about that all day. We just all going to agree that there was different ways the situation can be handled.
right.
And at the end of the day, they just need to handle their stuff behind closed doors.
Yeah, 'cause two wrongs don't make it right.
Two wrongs don't make it right. So moving on to some more drama. Our black women here.
Oh, Lord.
Let's
Don't
talk
talk-
about the Carlee Russell
Not Carlee.
situation. So
I'm not laughing, but
you was
this
though.
is like a prank for us
I'm
because I feel like we
crying.
getting pranked.
So, for those who don't know, a former Alabama attorney says that Carlee Russell, who claims she was abducted after spotting a toddler walking alone, should be arrested for false claims and resources taken away from law enforcement. She said she was kidnapped, and the kidnapping actually didn't happen. They said that our citizens are actually safe and there's not a kidnapper out there. So, they use every synonym for lie except for saying that she lied. Former criminal defense lawyer Eric Guster told NBC 13. As Crime Online previously reported, 25-year-old Russell called 911 earlier this month around 9:30 p.m. to report seeing a toddler walking along the Interstate 459 in Hoover. Minutes later, she reported the same information while on a call with her sister-in-law, adding that she would stop to see if she could help. Traffic camera footage showed Russell's car, hazard lights blinking, slow to stop near mile marker 11. The family member reported hearing Russell ask, "Are you okay?" but heard no response, and then Russell screamed. Days later, around 10:45 p.m., Russell arrived at her parents' house in Hoover. And as they said, since the disappearance, police still have no evidence of a toddler walking along the highway, no other calls to 911 to report a toddler, despite numerous vehicles passing through that area depicted by the traffic camera surveillance video. Police said Russell claimed she was kidnapped and forced into an 18-wheeler by a man with orange hair and a bald spot and a woman. She claimed she fled on foot only to be captured again, blindfolded, and put into
she got captured
a
again.
car.
Oh, I know she got captured again.
We know it's
Why are we doing this for clout though? For nowadays,
It's
like
clout.
it was saying
I mean,
she had a. It was
she
for her to-
Googled-
Her man, wasn't it?
by her
I think,
boyfriend.
yeah, it was something with it's something to do with
Yeah.
her man.
Or maybe she went
She
out
had a
with her
new
slider,
boyfriend and an old boyfriend trying to.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know exactly
that's
what
a
it was.
whole
I just
bunch-
know it
what?
had something involved with something with her man, and then it's like his follower count went up, and it's like every day he has like I think almost 100,000 right now. It's like 80K.
Off of this is
Oh,
well,
that's what
because
she
he was,
did.
I thought he was a suspect in her
Before
account.
Viral on the internet right now because when everyone found out that
maybe
it
they
wasn't
didn't think it
real.
would get this big.
No, I don't think they did. I really
I
don't.
mean, the
think they
main
did.
thing is why are
But
women like
but that's
faking
crazy.
kidnapping? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. That's
knows?
crazy.
That's illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They said that she had Google Taken, the movie Taken.
Yeah.
And
I
how
think
to-
she watched that to get some hints and clues on how to do this. She Googled on how to steal money from a register without getting caught.
They looked up all this on her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found that all on
Yeah.
her phone. The oldest that you have to be to have an Amber Alert reported. Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? All those type of things. So
Sounds like a
laugh.
cry for
I
help.
ain't know, like that's not funny.
she was seeking
You know why?
attention.
Because black women, we don't get that kind of like, and I'm
Exposure.
not a political person at all, but one thing I know is that we don't get that much love. It's so much missing
don't.
people and all this different, and they for some reason took heed to that one.
Yeah.
You
Tell you
went
why.
missing because a baby was on the side of the street. So the babies, she didn't.
Her mentioning that baby probably helped it get
Yeah,
exposed.
right.
Yeah, it was the baby.
There was no baby.
Yeah, and it's just like you don't play like that. Like
Yeah.
that's actually embarrassing.
And
Like,
unfortunately, like I feel as though I don't think she was really thinking, because for once they actually put resources into find this woman, and they typically don't go out looking for our color women.
They don't. Yeah.
Like, we are normally out there, laws being trafficking and know what else is going on. So for them to actually take this actual seriously, she's taking it away for actual women who need the resources to be found.
I honestly feel like she don't even care.
She don't.
Cause if she did, like, it's her mom and them up there crying and carrying on. I'm like, at some point, cut them cameras off and go home with your daughter.
Do you
and
think the
figure
parents
out,
really
go
knew?
check her
Yeah.
into therapy or mental person.
But the parents probably were unaware, just like we all were. You know, she's
yeah, but
telling
as
this
a parent
story.
now, if I was a mom and that was my daughter, all right, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm gonna
Well-
check you in, because you don't play with the world like that.
Yeah.
You don't play with me. You don't play with the world. You don't play with yourself like that.
Maybe at the moment they probably still thought it was true, because the stuff didn't come out until after the parents made that interview.
Yeah, but I don't.
True.
That's like what's the boy who cried wolf? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she
exactly what
fit
it
a
was.
profile that people would want to look for. Like, she had a job, she's young, she's 25.
that was something within herself.
Yeah, it was a cry for help.
She
for
was
sure.
clearly seeking attention for something.
That's
Whether
what I said. Like, that's mental. That's why I'm like, she need to go. Like,
She need to
to
go.
go figure out. Because why would you do that?
I mean, hopefully she speaks up, because she hasn't said anything yet, has she? Like,
No.
what was the reason?
You know how much people you just made it harder for? You know how many people still missing right now, probably
Yes.
dead, and their parents don't know where they are. You right here
Yeah.
playing. Like, it's a lot of things you could play with. It's
Yeah.
a lot of people on YouTube doing pranks and all kind of crazy stuff. You could have found something else to do. It's like, grow up.
So our topic of the day today is, Lauren London came up with this topic in the interview she was talking about. It said, have relationships turned into more ego like than love? They say, because
sure.
relationships are turning more like people want to be in possession of another person and have control of them
Absolutely.
instead of like experiencing them and loving them. So that's what we're going to talk about today in relationships.
But relationships always been about possession.
Yeah, but I watched the clip that Lauren London spoke on. She was
It's
talking
true.
about how relationships should be an inspiration to one another. You should be in a relationship to inspire one another, either to be better or to do something more that's bigger than yourself. But then we get stuck into the ego phase to where, like, you're mine, and now it's no longer an inspiration to one another. Now we want to have more control
But inspired
than
to do
growth.
what, though?
A partnership.
As a partnership,
A
you have the
partnership
right
to do
person.
what?
If you have the right partner,
Inspire you
she'll
to grow.
inspire you to be a
Yeah.
better
To
man.
grow.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
Into
A
a
better
better version of yourself.
person.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you don't like who you are
Your
with
wife don't
when
inspire
you're
you,
with
Mel?
someone, you're with the wrong person. You're supposed
Absolutely.
to.
I'm not saying that
Overlove
my
yourself.
wife don't inspire me. I'm just saying I don't need her to inspire me to be a better person. I'm always want to be a better person.
So you just want to have
yeah,
possession
but
of
it's
somebody.
even better to have
Right,
someone
but y'all
there.
should encourage each other.
Yeah, if you don't like yourself, who you're with the wrong person. You're supposed to overlove yourself with your partner. If you hate yourself, they make you shrink. If they make you feel any type of negativity with yourself, you're with the wrong person. Your wife and or significant other should make you feel like I can do anything. I have wings to fly, literally.
A support system. That's what it
Yeah.
should be, because it's like, and not to keep going back into the other situation, but I feel like especially with social media, it's a lot of, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, do this, do that, and that's not a partnership. That's like having a parental control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want
Jesus.
a partnership, it's all right. I see this the kind of person you are, and if you're not cool with that from jump, go
By
to somebody
any means
else.
necessary,
You know, and if
leave.
I see you and I'm like, okay, this is who you are, I like that, say less. Let's elevate together.
I
Let's
just
do
said
this
that.
together.
Okay, so lately I was like, I'm a real lover girl, but I think who I really am got a lot mixed up with between music, the toxic skits, and people be thinking that's who I am. And I really am in a space of growth right now. It's so crazy. I think I need therapy for growth. Trauma, I'm a beast. I can handle that myself. But growth, I'm like, okay, I don't know that person. But since I've been in this place, I realized that when we get in relationships and all this thing, it's so much self-help books. It's so much people telling us about different things that we get blinded to who we really are and what love is. As of now, in our generation, love is what you could do for me.
Yes.
But it's always been that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying right now, like, it's literally
That's
like,
the main sacrifice of love.
no. I mean, like, right now, it's just literally
What you could do for the other person too.
love right now is just financially what you could do for me. And when people speak on the 50-50, I'm like 50-50 to me
That's
can
an
be
F. That's how I consider that. A 50-50, what grade is that in school? That's an F. We got to do 100 to 100. That's just
100.
me.
But I was about to say,
I
like,
agree.
50-50 don't stop to me with financially. Because he can pay all the bills, but you got everything else on point, you know? And I feel like love is a part, everything is give and take. We got to use somebody for something. Being used is not always a bad thing. And when you said that, like, if the person not bringing out the best in you, sometimes people struggle with it themselves. And they might
then
feel
go fix
uncomfortable.
yourself.
Because you might meet somebody who really finna make you grow. Like, they're challenging you to change, and you so uncomfortable and maybe used to all these other toxic men that you can't even see. You don't like yourself no more because this person trying to make you better. That's for men and women. And you just want to be regular.
But what if that's you and you're a good person though?
Yeah.
Like you're a really good person and somebody trying to change you to mold you into what they want, but they want maybe just good for them, not for you.
Yeah,
That's wrong.
I was
What
gonna
about
go.
that?
That's manipulation.
That's
Yeah,
wrong.
that's
You
not
shouldn't
real
try
love.
to change somebody, period. Like,
Exactly.
control them and elevate them is one thing, but change somebody,
Yeah, and that's the point. I was gonna
completely
make when
not
you said
acceptable.
that, like, I told somebody, like, cause I had toxic ways. I ain't care. I'm selfish, but when it go back to that, it's like, this is who I am. Don't date me for my potential. Date me for who I am. Because I'm gonna date
Exactly.
you for who you are.
Yeah.
Don't try to change me. Don't try to make me to be who you want me to be, because you're gonna get disappointed every time, because I'm not weak-minded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be who I am. You might not be able to keep up with that.
But
I'm
I
not
think
one of them.
It boils down to, like, I don't think we really know how to love each other in relationships. I think it's more like, okay, you my girlfriend, you my wife, so now I'm just gonna set parameters, what you can't do, what you're supposed to do.
This is my struggle. Like, I've been single. So it's like I've created myself like this. When you have somebody who might show you tough love and you might not be able to accept that, is it really manipulation? Or
It
is
depends.
that, but you got to think in the mindset, because you would really feel like, why you trying to change me?
Self-love is different from manipulation. You know, like if someone's trying to give you tough love and you just can't handle it, you have to accept that you're just not ready for that person.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay. But now if you're trying to come into somebody, let's say, for example, I'm going to go to Instagram, just a basic example. And you somebody who likes to show skin, right? And you get a partner and all of a sudden they're talking about something. You can't post this. You can't post that. You
Yeah.
That's not okay.
That's not how you met me.
Let's say you somebody with like self-body image issues and you have a partner that's saying, nah, babe, like I love you. I love your body. I love everything about you. Like you should be proud to show it off. And slowly but surely you like, okay, let me show off a little bit more.
Yeah, that's where I was going. I get you.
And y'all feel good, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
It works when there's self-respect between the both of y'all. It's mutual respect.
Yeah.
Y'all are partners, you know?
You
It's
become
not
who you're
don't
with.
challenge the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
person.
Vice versa. Like, you might meet a guy who never had a personality and he meet a girl who fun. Like, now he's like,
Right.
dang, I'm drinking, I'm having fun now. And the girl might have been outside, but now she's covering up a
Coming
little
up,
bit
yeah.
more. Or
Yeah.
like, she's still sexy, but you find yourself just changing. And that can
Yeah.
be scary too. That made people back up too.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Aaliyah, we didn't get your input on it.
Oh, for me, I feel like people go into relationships looking for the other person to make them happy when you should be happy already, and then you meet another happy person.
See, that's my
But-
problem right there. And I think that's what I sabotage myself with that, because I be having good candidates. But because I'm on this wall, and I'll be like I'm trying to
Yeah,
do this
that's
for
fair.
myself. And that's also not good too, because
That's
it's
not.
like you can miss out on a good person and the things they trying to show you, and it comes off as selfish, because it's like it's all about me. But
But it is about you right
But
now.
only
You're
you
in
know
your
you.
season. And trust
Yeah.
me, you're not going to pass up on a good opportunity. Like, I feel
You'll
like when
feel
it's
it.
natural and organic, you're not.
But in a relationship, it can't be all about you though. It can't.
I said when you meet that person that
Yeah.
does do that for you, it'll be so
They gonna make you
magnetizing.
fold, sis.
You won't even think
Yeah,
like
that's how I am,
I
like-
need him for my self growth.
yeah, that's how I am. Like, I left my last relationship. That was 5 years ago when I graduated college. I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
He's great, but this ain't it. Like, this ain't it. And I left him. And I'm not gonna say I ain't had a situationship since then, but I found myself looking for what I was
What
looking
you
for with
had.
him. And then I realized like who I am. And I'm like, I ain't gotta chase out a train. Like, I'm that girl, you know? And I really believe that, because a strong man, like a woman, on her stuff, he ain't gotta change her. He gonna be more inspired. Like, I like the way she move. Like, I like that about her. And I always tell people, you don't have to be independent and a hardworking boss. A man might really like, look how she carry herself. Look how she take care of home. Because everybody not meant to be this kind of person. Some women
Yeah.
are meant to be a housewife
Yeah.
or different things in that nature.
Yeah, different men like different
You
things.
gotta bring something to the table. And a man might really just like that. So it's like, just be you. He gonna come. It's like, so I feel like the ego is good and like ego not always bad.
Not always bad.
Not always
I feel
bad.
as though we all talked about, coming to the relationship. This is me. This is who I am. I'm happy. Accept me as who I am. But I also feel as though when you go into a relationship, whether it be for love, friendship, or business, you have to be open to
Right,
change.
open-minded.
Yeah.
Because if you have
You do.
anyone in your life or circle, like you need to be with people who is going to make you even better.
Yeah.
You might be who you are, who you
Right
are
now.
today, and you love who you are, but you can still be a better version
gonna
of who
evolve.
you are, and you need to evolve. So it might not necessarily be one person trying to be possessive or someone trying to change you, but they probably see the potential in you. And I know you say you don't want to date for the potential, but sometimes a leader or someone who you're working with see stuff
See
in you that
potential in
you
you.
can't see.